Your love handles are the last place fat disappears. And most guys make the same mistake. They will slash their calories, they'll do endless amounts of cardio on the treadmill and basically starve themselves trying to get rid of them. But here's the problem: the more aggressive that your diet is, the harder it actually becomes to lose that stubborn belly fat. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you and break down exactly how to actually lose your love handles without starving yourself, without killing yourself in a gym or ruining your metabolism. And if you're a busy guy who wants to drop 30 to 50 pounds while still eating the foods that you actually enjoy eating, I'll show you exactly how we do that inside of our coaching program at the end of this video. Now, if you are new here, my name is Conan. I ran 6 marathons, competed in 2 high rocks competitions, and competed in 3 bodybuilding shows. And I've helped hundreds of busy, career-driven men drop 30 to 50 pounds while still enjoying the foods that they love. So in today's video, I'm going to break down 3 things. Number 1, why love handles are so stubborn, why they're always the last thing to go. Secondly, I'm going to break down the biggest mistakes keeping them around, why they're still there. And then lastly, the 3 things that actually work to eliminate them for good, once and for all. Let's start with point number 1, why love handles are so stubborn. The first thing you need to understand is this: you cannot spot reduce fat. And this is a really big myth that I fell into actually. I was a chubby kid growing up, and the only thing I really wanted was to get rid of my face fat because I had a really chubby face, always was really insecure about that, and I wanted to get rid of my belly, my body fat, basically around my belly. And I thought that if I just do crunches and sit-ups and crazy ab workouts every single day, that I would magically just burn more fat around that area. I even, when it came to like my face and my jaw, tried doing all these crazy jaw exercises. I'd be chewing gum, I'd be chewing my food a whole lot more. I would just do like weird jaw exercises because I wanted that chiseled jawline. But unfortunately, no matter how many jaw exercises you do, no matter how many ab exercises you do, you will not lose fat around that area. There is no exercise that magically burns fat from your waist or from your jaw or from your arms, whatever it may be. Not side bends, not ab workouts, and not love handle workouts. Because when it comes to fat loss, like, it essentially happens systemically across the entire body. And we cannot choose where the fat comes from. So we have to be in a calorie deficit in order for fat loss to occur. Hopefully you know this. You have to eat less calories than you burn on a daily basis. And now what you will notice by going through this process, that over time, certain body parts will start to lose fat from all over your body. Now, unfortunately, you don't get to choose and pick where the fat comes from first. Now, for most men, this is generally how it happens. Fat loss happens in this order. Sometimes it could start at the face, and then around the arms, the biceps and triceps, and then the chest. You get to see some chest separation, and then the upper stomach, right? You'll start to maybe see some upper abs, and then the lower stomach. You get to see some lower abs, and then finally, eventually, the love handles. And now, genetically, the lower stomach and love handles are usually the last places to lean out, as you can tell by this order, which means if you still have love handles right now, you're simply not lean enough yet. And that is the truth no one wants to hear. But the good news is, once you understand this, and once you realize this, and once you know this, the solution to fixing this becomes much, much simpler. Because now, instead of you making the mistake that I used to make when I first got into fitness, of doing thousands of crunches every single day, sit-ups, burpees, all these things, you don't have to waste your time doing this because it's useless. You're wasting time on the wrong thing. And I literally wasted years doing this. And eventually I realized that, wait a second, everything that I'm doing right now is not working. And it wasn't until I actually focused on my diet, on my nutrition, and stuck with that, not just for a week, but for months and years when I finally started to lose the fat and eventually around my love handles and around my face. That is how fat loss actually happens. So, moving on to point number 2. Now we've busted the whole spot reduction myth. Now you're probably thinking, okay, if it's all about my diet, all about my nutrition, I should just slash my calories. The less calories I eat, the better. And this is a really dangerous mindset to get into. Something that I used to face as well. I thought to myself, okay, well, if fat loss simply comes down to eating less and moving more, let me just eat a whole lot less than what I'm used to. Now, that becomes very dangerous because now you start looking at food and viewing food as like, okay, what is the lowest calorie food that I can get in any situation? And you start cutting calories everywhere. And we need calories, right? Just to function as human beings, to walk around, to think properly, to do certain tasks. And if you slash your calories right from the get-go down to 1,000 every single day, you're going to be at a huge risk of losing muscle mass, of dropping your testosterone levels, of just your body slowly shutting itself down because it's in fight or flight mode now. It is like, oh my goodness, we are in starvation mode. We're starving. Let's try our best to hold on to just the necessities in life and get rid of everything that's almost considered as like a luxury. And unfortunately, your body, from an evolutionary standpoint, views muscle as a luxury. It's not really required to have big biceps if you're trying to survive. It really doesn't care. So guess what happens? If you slash your calories, it'll start to lose muscle, right? And you don't want that. You want to keep your muscle while losing the body fat, I assume, if you're watching this, right? So this is my second point. Stop starving yourself. Most guys attack fat loss like this. They cut their calories in half. They start doing 2 hours of cardio a day, and they basically live off salads and misery. That sounds horrible. That is not fun. And I know this because I used to do that. Now, this approach definitely works for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks if you're really just like on top of it. But eventually, your body will start to fight back against you. Your metabolism slows down, your hunger hormones increase, your energy will tank, and eventually you binge. Everything that you don't want to happen during a fat loss phase. If you start to notice any of these symptoms, your body is literally telling you that, hey, Bob, hey, Tim, whatever your name is, whatever you're trying to do right now, stop. If you're trying to lose body fat, this ain't it. It is not working. Your body is literally fighting against you. And research from the National Weight Control Registry shows that people who successfully maintain fat loss long-term, not short-term, because anyone can do it short-term. You probably see this on magazines. People lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, 30 pounds in 3 weeks, but then they gain the weight back again afterwards, which obviously they don't tell you. But people who actually consistently are able to lose the fat and maintain it successfully over the long term use moderate, not severe, but moderate calorie deficits, not extreme dieting. Now, inside of our coaching program, we focus on 3 core things: high protein meals, high volume foods, and meals that actually taste good. If you can combine these 3 things together, you are almost guaranteed to lose body fat, because guess what? You're not suffering. You're not starving yourself. You're actually enjoying the process. And once you enjoy the process using the right systems, it's just a matter of time before you get to the end result. And I don't know about you, but I would rather get to where I want to get to in a fun, enjoyable way. I know as guys, we like to think that, oh, we need to suffer, we need to do this and that. But I mean, let's be honest here. Like, ego aside, macho aside, like, you want to get anywhere in life in a fun way. Like, if you, like, I'm trying to find an example. I just got back from grocery shopping, but like, you'd rather go to the grocery store, maybe listening to a podcast or listening to your favorite song, like enjoying the ride there, as opposed to, I don't know, like taking the bike there in the rain. Like, that's not enjoyable, right? You want to get to wherever you want to get to in a fun way, in anything in life. and especially when it comes to achieving your dream body. And with these three core pillars, so once again, high protein, high volume, and tasty meals, you stay full while losing body fat, which is a win-win situation. You should never, ever, ever, ever feel like you're starving. And people who say that you have to be hungry in order to lose body fat, in my personal opinion, they don't know how to diet properly. They just don't know the correct systems. Every single bodybuilding show that I've done 3, and I've done multiple diets and fat loss phases. I never really starved myself. I never really was hungry while being in a calorie deficit because I chose my foods wisely. I ate foods that were high in protein, which protein is the most satiating macronutrient, keeps you full, preserves muscle. I ate foods that were high in volume, so foods that were really high in volume for very little calories. And then I ate tasty foods. I added my favorite condiments, my favorite sauces, low-calorie sauces. I created some amazing recipes, and I made the experience a lot more enjoyable, right? And then this leads me on to my last point, which is focus on systems. People who rely on motivation and willpower inevitably fail. But those who focus on fat loss systems always succeed because systems never fail. You think of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon, Tesla. You think they require willpower or discipline or use motivation to start a new project? Like, no, they have systems set in place. They have SOPs. They have just everything structured. And they know that, hey, if we follow this system, if we follow this structure, we will therefore be successful. If you're a busy career-driven man, you probably have the same principles at work or with your career. So why not apply those principles to your own body? Like the exact same thing applies, right? So the men who lose love handles successfully, once again, they focus on systems and not quick fixes. So here are the 3 biggest ones. The first system that you need is protein at every meal. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient, like I said earlier, and studies consistently show high protein diets lead to more fat loss and less muscle loss. So if you want to lose more fat while maintaining muscle, if not building muscle, eat more protein. Protein, protein, protein. It is going to be your best friend. So here's a very simple rule. Aim for, at the very least, 30 up to 50 grams of protein per meal. So think of your chicken breast, your fish, your eggs, egg whites, lean ground beef, turkey breast, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, just to name a few. Protein powders can definitely be convenient as well. This keeps you full and preserves muscle while dieting. System number 2 is lift weights. A lot of people start to neglect their weights or start changing their workouts. Like, no. If you're only doing cardio, you're making fat loss a lot harder. Resistance training, training with resistance, helps maintain muscle mass and keeps your metabolism firing, keeps it higher while dieting. So if you change your workouts, if you change to doing high reps, low weights, toning workouts, or like fat loss ab blaster workouts that you see on social media, don't do that. It's a huge waste of time. Whatever you did to build the muscle, you have to do in order to maintain the muscle, right? So just because now you're on a fat loss phase, you're trying to diet, you're trying to lose those love handles, don't automatically think that you need to change your entire workout routine. Like, no, stick to the basics. I talk about this every single video. The fundamentals, the core compound lifts, a pressing movement, horizontal and vertical, a pulling movement, horizontal and vertical, a squat pattern, a hip hinge. Do this progressively over time by adding more weight, adding more reps, and you will build an amazing physique while getting stronger over time, right? And it also improves body composition. You don't just want to lose your love handles. You actually want to look good and have that V-taper physique. Because once you get rid of those love handles and you actually have muscle to review underneath that, you create that V-taper physique, that illusion, that Superman, that superhero physique that, let's be honest, most guys are after. It is attractive. It is sexy. It's what us as guys wants. It's what the opposite sex wants, females, right? It's what everyone wants, right? So do not neglect your workouts. Meaning, even before your love handles disappear, your body will start looking tighter and leaner the more muscle you have. And then the last thing here is walk more. You don't need to be doing endless amounts of cardio. You don't need to be running marathons. You don't need to be doing sprints on a hill every single morning. No. Most of my clients simply aim for 8,000 to 12,000 steps every single day. That is it. No punishing workouts, no crazy whatever. Because walking burns calories without increasing your hunger the way high intensity cardio often does. It's one of the most underrated fat loss tools that to this day, a lot of people are still neglecting. Now, when I was prepping for my bodybuilding shows, I've done three. I did not eliminate foods. I did not starve myself. I just stayed consistent with the basics: high protein meals, strength training, and daily steps. And slowly, over time, eventually, the love handles, guess what happened to them? They disappeared once and for all. That right there is how fat loss actually works. Now, if you are a busy guy who wants to lose 30 to 50 pounds, all without starving yourself, cutting out your favorite food, spending hours in the gym, doing hours of cardio on the treadmill, I'll show you exactly how to do it. So what you can go ahead and do is schedule a free consultation call with me down below, where we'll essentially go over your current goals, we'll go over your current struggles, and create a game plan together to help you absolutely demolish these goals in the next 3 to 6 months. Lose those love handles for good. If that sounds good to you, the link will be in the description down below, and I'll see y'all there. Peace.